May 10, 1981, Wrestling at the Chase. Two of wrestling's greatest, Pat O'Connor versus Ric Flair.
Flair doing everything he can to jerk that neck, to stretch out the neck of Pat O'Connor. Flair cinching it up tight, hooking the arm, trying to roll O'Connor onto his back, get him onto the shoulders. Flair leaning into it, putting his full 245 pounds against the arms and the neck of O'Connor. Trying to get O'Connor down. Referee Charles Venator right on top of it, trying to look in there. O'Connor, though, keeps balance. Even in a hold, Pat keeps those legs spread apart, the knees apart for extra leverage. He lifts himself up. Flair twisting the head. Low suplex by O'Connor. Oh, he bounced him. But Flair takes the jolt and keeps the front face lock on Pat O'Connor. Flair twisting that head. Venator checking the throat. It's clear, and Flair yelling some abuse at O'Connor. You want to be a big man? Flair trying to force O'Connor down. O'Connor takes a knee drop to the back of the head. A knee drop to the back of O'Connor's head by Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Come on, baby doll.
Come on, baby doll, says Ric Flair. He's feeling more confident now. Those first 5 minutes belonged to O'Connor. But now with Flair concentrating the attack on the neck of O'Connor, on the head of O'Connor, Flair seems to have taken charge. O'Connor hooks the head of Flair. Maybe he can reverse the hold, come up with a front face lock of his own. Pat has a lot of strength in those forearms and biceps. Do you ever feel that guy's grip? Mickey, did you ever grab him by the arm? You know, he's been talking to him, just grab a guy's arm like you do sometime. Boy, he's like steel cables. Pat O'Connor has tremendous power in his grip. So Flair better be careful to keep the balance.
The only thing I'm interested in is how his grip is on his wallet. That's the only thing I worry about being a waiter. You know what I mean, Larry?
You're worried about Pat's grip on his... How is his grip on his wallet?
Very good.
Very good. He has a good grip on his wallet.
He signed Sam Mutchick's name to all the checks.
Oh, an elbow smash to the head by Flair, and then he hooks O'Connor with that front face lock again.
The man has really got a grip. There's no doubt about it.
Well, he's a good tipper, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Pat?
All wrestlers are. I think they are the top tippers. And
I would think Ric Flair might be the best. I know he goes out somewhere to a fancy restaurant or somewhere to eat. He goes for the finest. Doesn't kid about it. Comes to town, makes sure he has a limousine waiting for him. Remember once he had to go back to Minneapolis, his hometown, for the wedding of a good friend of his. He had to wrestle that night, so he chartered his own jet to go from Charlotte, North Carolina to Minneapolis, had the jet wait for him at the airport in Minneapolis, went to the wedding, attended the reception briefly, then flew back to Charlotte, North Carolina for a main event that night, and won. That's Ric Flair. He does it with style, my friends.
That's what you call a classy guy.
Forearm smash by Nature Boy Ric Flair. He pounds on Pat O'Connor. O'Connor pulled out to the center of the ring, and once more the front face lock.
10 minutes have expired, 10 minutes left.
Flair keeps his shoulders up as O'Connor tried to cradle him, but just couldn't get that leg. O'Connor underneath again for that low suplex. O'Connor pulls his head out. The head is free. That low suplex finally did the job. O'Connor spins Flair, trying to go for that backslide. It nearly worked before. Flair struggling against it. He's finally forced down. Lifts the arm right out, though. It was worth a try. It almost worked before. No question about that. Flair with a forearm smash. O'Connor with one. Flair and O'Connor. O'Connor hooks Flair, and both men go tumbling over the top rope and outside the ring. Flair and O'Connor both outside the ring. A heavy spill over that top rope. Neither man really in control of his body. They both went tumbling over the ropes. An elbow smash to the head by Flair. O'Connor pulls Flair back down and slams O'Connor into the ring apron. O'Connor trying to get back into the ring after slamming Flair into the apron. O'Connor reaches out for Flair, but it's Flair who grabs O'Connor, and Flair has O'Connor outside the ring and jams his knee into the steel ring post. Ric Flair jamming the knee of Pat O'Connor into the steel ring post. Flair ramming that knee into the post. Oh, Flair spotted an opening, and he's just like a shark going after blood. Flair punishing that leg around the ring post, and Pat O'Connor walked right into trouble there as Flair grabbed O'Connor and slammed that knee twice and then twisted it around the ring post. Flair punishing the leg of Pat O'Connor, spins it around the toe, going for the figure 4 leg lock. O'Connor breaks it, pulls that forward, try for a pin, but the legs of Flair are free, could not be cradled. Flair going for that leg again, trying to go for the injured leg of Pat O'Connor. O'Connor trying to keep his balance. O'Connor, seeing a wound on Flair's forehead, begins to pound on the head of Flair. And Flair, bleeding from an earlier wound that had been opened in a match. The head of Ric Flair opened up by Pat O'Connor. O'Connor pounding on the bloody head of Nature Boy Ric Flair. O'Connor's knee is hurt. He knew he was in trouble, and he went right for the head of Flair. Flair bleeding, the blood pouring through the blonde hair of Nature Boy Ric Flair. Something else that Ted DiBiase can attack, maybe, but more importantly, it's something that Pat O'Connor, who's still favoring that leg, can attack. Flair, the blood streaming down his head. There's the sleeper! The sleeper by Pat O'Connor on Nature Boy Ric Flair. Flair bleeding and trapped in the sleeper. Oh, both men go flying over that top rope again as O'Connor and Flair went to the ropes. Flair, the blood pouring off his head. O'Connor, oh, he almost lost his balance when he got up with that bad knee. Flair misses a punch. O'Connor with the sleeper outside the ring. The sleeper outside the ring. O'Connor and Flair. O'Connor with the sleeper. Oh, O'Connor jammed backwards. O'Connor jammed backwards into the steel ring post. The bloody Ric Flair. He's going for the figure 4. Flair with the figure 4 on O'Connor outside the ring. The bloody Ric Flair with the figure 4 on Pat O'Connor outside the ring. The referee counting on both men. He's up to 15, 16, both men being counted on. Flair, the blood streaming down his face. The count's up to 19. Flair's in the ring. O'Connor with the injured knee is outside the ring. And Nature Boy Ric Flair has the victory. O'Connor counted out outside the ring. O'Connor has been injured.